walking. Keep on popping off at things ours because we ain't stopping. We ain't got to prove shit to y'all, so all y'all can lick the balls and keep walking. Keep on popping.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of The Shade Room. In this episode, I'm not going to be throwing shade at anyone. I'm just going to tell you a simple story, or a short story, I should say, of the time I got really drunk with my uncle. So this story roughly takes place like around 2017 or like early 2018. I don't know. But point is, before I get into the drunk story, I want to say what I was doing during the day, because at the time, like 2017, 2018, I was homeschooled, and I would go out for walks occasionally, just so I could like be out the house, because I'd be home all day just doing schoolwork from my phone. And I came back from my walk, and I was waiting for my uncle to come, because we usually watch movies together. We would watch like Transformers, like 1 to 4, religiously too. So I was waiting for him so we could fucking watch the movie, and he goes in the small closet, right? And he takes out a bottle. I don't know what bottle it is or what it was called, but he told me it was like imported from Cuba, because like he went to Cuba before. I don't know how that's possible. Don't ask me. But the bottle was from Cuba, and this was probably my first time ever getting drunk. I was like 17, 18 at the time I first got drunk. So he takes out the bottle, like I said, and he's like, hey, like, you want to drink some with me? Like, it's been a long day for me, and I'm pretty sure school is like kind of stressing you out because, you know, finals and stuff like that. I'm like, I never really give a fuck about finals. I'm stupid. Don't follow what I'm doing. You know, this is my persona. You be your own person. Do good in school. So he serves me the drink in like a small glass cup, just so I could get my first sip. He's like, hey, do we have Coca-Cola here? I'm like, no, I mean, I don't really drink soda. And I was like, why do we need the Coca-Cola for? And keep in mind, back then, I didn't really drink. I didn't really know, like, you could mix fucking Coca-Cola with, like, rum. It was rum, by the way. And he's like, he asked me that. I was like, no, I don't really drink soda. And he's like, well, let's go to the store. Maybe we'll go get a soda or something so we can mix it. I was like, mix it? I was like, you're crazy. Like, what? So obviously back then I wasn't a heavy drinker. I'm not even a heavy drinker now. I mean, I don't get drunk fast or anything, or maybe I do. I don't know. It's all in perception, you know. But anyway, I didn't drink back then, so we mixed the Coke with the rum. And the funny part is I took my first sip and I was like, wow, this is, you know, pretty good for my first, you know, alcoholic beverage. I had said the whitest thing I could ever say. So now that I took my first sip of alcohol, or, you know, rum, I mean, yeah, you can call it alcohol, whatever. I don't fucking know terms, but I know my shit. Anyway, I took my my first, like, it wasn't even a sip, it was really a gulp. So I went to the PlayStation, because at the time my PlayStation was hooked up to my living room instead of my room. So I went to, like, illegal website. FBI, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. I apologize for that. But I went to a website where you could watch any free movies that you want to, and I put in, I think we were watching Transformers 3. Yeah, we were watching Transformers 3. And I wasn't even finished with my cup yet. And get this. I told him, I let him know, look, I'm starting to feel kind of drunk already. He's like, you have to be playing. So he didn't believe me until I threw up while watching Transformers, and he was just watching me puke. And he didn't help, so fuck you for that. He didn't help me. Like, what kind of uncle doesn't help their nephew when they're puking in front of you in the living room? Tell me. So I puked in the living room, and knowing that I was drunk, and I guess he was a little bit buzzed, because I turned to him and he was just looking at me. He didn't say a word to me. He was just like, oh, like, okay, that's pretty normal. He gave me the normal look. Like, the normal look when you're watching a TV show and it's not interesting, but you're still engaged. He gave me that look. So like I said, we were drinking in the living room, and it was one of those hot, like super hot days in Los Angeles. It was like 90 degrees the whole day. So we would occasionally, I'm not cutting that out. Fuck that, I ain't cutting shit. We would occasionally open the front door so that he could go out and some fresh air could come in. And Chris, my neighbor, huge shout out Chris, he saw the whole thing. He saw me puke on my floor because he was outside smoking, right? Don't do drugs, kids. He was outside smoking. Don't follow our footsteps. I don't smoke. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll stop there. So Chris saw the whole thing. For me fucking drinking the fucking rum with Coke inside. He saw that I mixed it. I wasn't aware that he was outside, but he was outside, and he saw me puke. And he told me, this is the part I don't remember, and he vividly remembers this shit like it was yesterday. So the next day when I woke up, this is what he told me. He was all like, look, dude, this is what you did when you were drunk. You puked on the floor, you got yourself a broom and a dustpan. You swept that shit, and you came out, and you were looking at me. And I told you, what are you doing? He's like, he said that I told him, oh, you know, just hanging out or something like that. And I went to the curb, like, outside my house. Obviously, I'm fucking stupid. And I dumped the fucking puke, like, on the sidewalk type shit. So once Chris finished seeing my shenanigans for me mixing the drink, puking on the floor, and getting a broom and dustpan to fucking sweep up my puke and throw it outside in the sidewalk, I told my uncle, look, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. I'm gonna go to sleep. He's like, yeah, have a good night. And it was a good night, right? I went straight to sleep. It was a good sleep too. But the next morning, when I woke up, I had the biggest fucking hangover that you can ever imagine. Like, imagine your worst hangover. Double that for me, because that was my first time fucking actually drinking and actually getting drunk, and I experienced my first fucking hangover ever at 17. It's pretty good, but I mean, don't fucking drink, kids. But anyway, my mom, like, once I woke up, she's like, oh, hey, did you drink last night? I'm like, oh, no, I mean, I didn't drink. What are you talking about? I'm a fucking good kid. I'd never take a sip of alcohol in my life. And my uncle was, like, right behind her. He was, like, kind of smirking or giving, like, a little giggle, like, on some fucking fuck shit. And so my mom asked me, oh, so who puked in the living room? Because, you know, there's a lot of, you know, debris of someone's puke and throw up there. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And my fucking check this out, my fucking uncle point blank told her while I was there having a conversation with my mom about who fucking threw up in the living room. He's like, you know, yeah, he puked. He was the one that was drinking. I'm like, oh, so you're gonna fucking turn your back on me after I showed you some illegal websites to watch movies? You're gonna treat me this way? Alright, bitch. Yo, I shouldn't say that about my uncle. He's not a bitch. He's a fucktard is what he is for snitching. And then he tells me, look, I didn't want to tell your mom that you drank, but I mean, you did end up puking. I'm like, even if I end up puking, you could have told her that I had food poisoning. Do you not know how to use your brain? But anyway, after the night was over, I'm fucking slurring up my words and shit because, you know, recording for me is difficult. Anyway, after the night was over, I woke up, all that shit happened, my mom asked me, and guys, oh my god, when I went to go clean up the mess that my mom forced me to fucking clean, there is a fucking blob, not a blob, I'd say like residue, like I said before. There was a fucking big ass residue on the fucking floor, and the whole fucking living room was fucking smelling like my fucking puke. I'm sorry, I don't mean to put that vivid image in your guys' head, but you know, just imagine, you know, we're in this journey together. You feel my pain, right? I had to fucking clean that shit while I was hungover, dehydrated, and fucking snitched on. Do you guys feel my pain? But anyway, that's gonna mark it for the Shade Room episode 2. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Drop a like, comment, subscribe if you're fucking new, because if you don't subscribe, or if you don't like, or if you don't comment, I'm gonna be in your room at 3 in the morning with a machete telling you to subscribe. Maybe not, maybe you know, fuck it. Thank you guys for watching so much. Like I said, fucking subscribe, new people, please. I'll be your friend. I'll protect you. If anyone disses you, they're dissing me. So, yeah. See ya.